Ashley Bottoms Up Appetite for Discussion here at the 2015 Red Hat Summit. Red Hat Summit, awesome sauce. I love coming to this event. As you can see, everything is pretty much red here. If you love computers, if you love the latest in software, the latest in cloud software, this is the place to be. We were here a couple of years ago. We tore it up. We had so much fun. It was an amazing time. They invited us back. Couldn't be happier to be here. We're going to show you some of the stuff going on that makes the Red Hat Summit the Red Hat Summit. Look, we even got free backpacks. How cool is that? And so I've got something to carry around all day. That's probably going to shred my nylons. Regardless, for you, my loyal fans out there, it's worth it. We're going to bring you the Red Hat Summit. So if you've never been to a Red Hat Summit, you're going to want to check this out, especially if you're a computer nerd like myself. Stick around. Let's go check it out.
Patternfly is a UI framework, and it's basically a tool to help developers build a really intuitive, sleek-looking UI. So anyone can use this. It's upstream. But the downstream is RQ, which is Red Hat Common User Experience.
Okay.
So we're trying to get our products to look Red Hat, so that customers can say, "Hey, I'm using a Red Hat product," or be able to identify it as Red Hat.
Storage offering from Red Hat. It's part of Red Hat Storage, along with our brother, Gluster. And basically what we do is we turn large numbers of commodity hardware, so white box, whether it's from Supermicro or Dell or anyone, we take all of these pieces of hardware and we turn them into a single storage cluster. So that you can use it for any number of things, whether you want it just to cram some files onto, or whether you're going to use it as an object and block offering as a part of like an OpenStack cloud.
Red Hat Developers is a program where all developers who use Red Hat products can come and be part of a community to learn and teach each other about how to use Red Hat products and how to solve difficult enterprise problems.
The RDO is a packaging of upstream OpenStack, and so you can think of it as the Fedora to the Red Hat OpenStack supported platform.
I like the analogy.
Yeah, and so we're packaging primarily for CentOS, but also for Fedora and RHEL, and we have deployment tools to make it easy to stand up an OpenStack cloud.
Project Atomic is a customized container host. It's designed to remove everything that's not necessary to run Docker containers or Rocket containers. There's no extras on it, and it's tuned just for that. The other characteristic of Project Atomic is that it allows you to roll forward and back in a way that normal RPMs are. When you make a change, if you boot forward, if it doesn't work, you boot right back and you keep working.
So, there are two projects here.
Okay.
OpenNFV and Open Daylight.
Okay.
Let's start with Open Daylight. Open Daylight is an SDN controller. So if you're running, a cloud. You're running a cloud, you're going to have VMs, virtual machines running on that cloud. They're running on physical hardware. And on the backbone, you've got network devices. You've got switches and routers, devices that are configured to send traffic across your network. And so Open Daylight is an application that will allow you to centralize all of the configuration of those and push all of that configuration, the enforcement of it, to the edge. So it differentiates between control and management of your network and the actual data plane where your network happens.
All right, so we're here with Stormy Peters. You were the speaker at this year's Women's IT Luncheon, and I just want to say I had a great time. I really enjoyed your speech. I was here 2 years ago, and I enjoyed it, but what I liked about your speech was that it didn't even apply to IT, it applied really to life. And that's what I kind of took away from it, was that you could apply it to your life.
I got involved with computers because I love what computers can do for me.
Okay.
I love gadgets too, but I really like.
Who doesn't?
I love that you can make them do. The world is going to change because we're bringing this technology. We're making lives better. We're making the world better.
I don't think like 30 years ago we really fully understood where computers would be today. I mean, they pretty much run our lives.
I walk around with one in my hand, and if I forget it, I should drive back home today.
Right. It's Skynet. It really is. Think about it. It's the computers have taken over. And obviously, the people in this room loved your speech. I mean, it was very inspirational. And I just like we said how you got kids involved. Like your own son. You said you went to Mexico.
Yeah, we take my kids on
Yeah.
trips right now. So they've gone on a couple business trips with me, a couple of my nonprofit trips with me.
To the people out there that are like, I guess, are into IT or that, what advice can you give them?
My advice to everyone would be to do a job that you love, because right now there's a lot of excitement, a lot of interest, a lot of new things in technology, and so there's lots of room for us all to be working on something that we're passionate about that will change the world.
Because you know what they say, if you like your job, you never work a day in your life. That's never been true, because I love covering events like this, and I really did enjoy your speech today. I actually, people were actually, you could hear people eating while you were talking. I was kind of like, I want to hear what she's going to say. And it was like, our table was actually buzzing when you said to us, talk about stuff. We were actually talking about this stuff. So it was actually kind of cool, because as soon as they said mentor, everybody kind of looked at me like, because I would think I'm the only transgender person in the whole room, and it's like, I can tell you that it's hard for me to get my foot in the door in places. So I, in a sense, when you talk about doing what you love, it has that extra hurdle for me. You know, it's tough, but I think doors are opening.
I think doors are opening. I think now's a really good time. So kind of my point in the talk is that as we bring more diversity into projects, we have to help bring that change. It's change, no matter what you're changing, even if it's for the good, it's change. And so we have to help people manage that. So we have to have an urgent reason to change. Like, why should they change? You have to create allies, people that believe your story and your vision that will help you bring that change in. You share some of our stories.
It's not so much the shock, because you were saying it about clothes, and then you go, well, you know, the clothes don't matter, and I'm like, exactly, you know, I come in, I know I'm the elephant in the room when I walk in an interview, and I think they really focus on what I can bring, what someone like myself can bring, instead of focusing on what's standing in front of them. Who's standing in front of them should be more of what's going in their head. But I hate to say it, sometimes it's not, but occasionally you do find a company that does, and I'm finding that, like you said, the whole world is slowly adopting change. They're coming around, and I like knowing that I'm kind of the generation that's opening doors for other people, and I think that's kind of an exciting time. As well, it could be stressful, but it's exciting at the same time, you know. And I think that's what I like about it, but. Hopefully things are getting better, because I do like the corporate world, and I think it's great, and I do have a lot to offer myself, and I'm not applying for a job. I'm just saying, because I think there are a lot of people out there that you know, we have to see what we can bring to the table. You know, it's not so much.
So I think everybody in the room is bringing awesome things to the organization.
Because you had me as soon as you said, you know, you said I wore t-shirt and shorts. It didn't matter what I wore, you know, and I'm thinking. I have always had this adage: you dress for the job you want, not for the job you have. And regardless if I'm working, you know, a call center or someplace where no one will see you, I always am dressed for success. And people will look at me like, why do you always overdress? And it's not that I'm overdressed, I dress for success. It's the impression. First impressions go a long way. And I'm hoping that after that first impression, the second impression can be, what is her game? What can she bring? What's her A game, you know?
So I shared in my talk that my strategy for clothes is I don't want to be noticed for my clothes.
Right.
So I don't want them to notice my clothes at all. Like,
and it's not like you're a bad dresser or anything. You look great. But it's not about what you're wearing, it's about what you can bring. And that's what I like.
Yeah.
Is that when you said that you had me right as soon as you said that. Because I can relate to that. Because like I said, I've been in that situation, and I think that was awesome. If people want to know more about you, how can they reach out to you?
You can find me on my blog, stormyscorner.com.
Stormy's Corner, I like that, .com. Thank you.
It's a 90s name.
And thank you very much. I really enjoyed interviewing you. I enjoyed that's our story at Red Hat Summit this year. And I hope you had a great time watching. I had a great time being here. I love coming to this event. I always have a great time when I come here. I want to thank Stormy Peters for the interview. She was awesome. And I always want to thank the folks at Red Hat Summit for having us here all the time. I love coming to this event. It's one of my favorite events. And if you want to know more information on this event, contact them. I'm putting the information on top of the screen, how to reach out to them. Tell them Ashley sent you. They love hearing that. I love knowing that. So if you want to tune into my show, Bottoms Up Appetite for Discussion, it's on every single Wednesday evening, live at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you can check it out at the address also on top of the screen. And as always, I'm Ashley Bottoms reminding you, keep your enemies close. Keep Ashley closer. Until next time. Bye. Absolutely.